Good morning everyone and welcome back to a brand new video and day 3 of DYL-MAS. I hope you're all doing well. Please do excuse how I look. I have literally got out of bed about an hour ago, but I thought I would start this video now because, as you would have guessed by the title of this video, this is kind of a behind the scenes / day in the life kind of video, because today I plan to shoot some content. I like to shoot my content a little bit in advance in terms of I like to plan my feed. So if I have all my content shot in one day, I can plan sort of about a week and a half in advance. So then I know that any content I shoot on top of that is kind of extra. And when I have sort of gifted partnerships or collabs, I like to obviously get them done in advance so I know that they're out of the way and I can just get them posted. So I actually have a very exciting gifted collaboration from ASOS. So I'm going to be shooting some of that content today, and then another brand which I think you pronounce Miggy or Miggy Apparel, which is over on Instagram, which I will leave the link for down below. They've kindly gifted me some pieces as well, so I said I would shoot some content for them. Now this video is probably maybe not going to be the most Christmassy. I mean, we have got the Christmas bunting up here in the back, but the plan is to just kind of show you guys a bit of behind the scenes and a kind of mini day in the life video. So yeah, that's the plan for DYL-MAS day 3. I just thought I would start now because I'm currently planning my outfits. So this is kind of what I do every morning. Let me just spin you around. So basically, this is, oh god, I zoomed you in. Just zoom it out. This is kind of what I do every time I go and shoot content. So I just plan all the different outfits out, lay them out so I can see kind of what's going to go with what. If I need to reuse jeans for this outfit to put with that outfit, and yeah, so I've just been planning this out. So this is basically what I would do before any kind of shoot, and then I'll obviously put one outfit on so I'm ready to shoot as soon as I get out, and then the rest will just be packed in the car with me so I can get changed in the back of the car and shoot as much content as possible. So the plan for today's shoot is to shoot around 4 or 5 outfits. I think there's 4 laid out fully, and then there's a couple of bits over there that I want to try and shoot, which I don't know whether I'm going to incorporate into one of the other outfits or whether I'm going to make that into an outfit of its own. So that's what I'm just trying to figure out at the minute, but I thought I'd just show you very quickly that this is what I do to sort of prepare for a shoot day. And you can see that there's an ASOS bag over here. I do also sometimes order things that I think would go nice with some of the pieces that I've got. So for example, this cap here on the bed is like a fluffy teddy cap, which I will just show you guys very quickly. You will actually see this in another video, but yeah, it's like a fluffy teddy cap, which I thought was really cool, so I've bought that to maybe go over one of the outfits too. So that's, yeah, basically what I do before any shoot. I know I've said that a few times now, so I am just pretty much rambling on. So I'm just going to get ready for the day. I just get ready pretty normally, just obviously have a shower, do my hair, try and shoot the outfits that involve a cap last, because obviously then it means I don't have to redo my hair. So those are the kind of things you have to really think about. And then yeah, I will switch my camera on again once I'm either about to leave or once I've reached the first location, and kind of show you what I kind of do, how I get the shot. And I might even maybe include at the end of this video how I edit my photos, depending on the length of this video, because I don't want it to be the shortest video in the world, but I also don't want it to be the longest. So yeah, I'll see how long we get to, and maybe I will include that in the end for you guys. Okay, so I'm ready for the day now. Obviously, like I said earlier, we're going to shoot content, so I've just got my first outfit on, which is this sage green puffer, just a plain white top, and then some green joggers. Then I've got 3 other outfits I'm going to shoot, which I've already packed into the car, which you would have seen me planning earlier in this video. But yeah, in terms of locations, I kind of know a few places nearby, like it's an industrial park near where I live. So we kind of just drive there, and if there's anywhere new that I see along the way, then we can stop off and shoot. But it usually takes me about an hour to shoot, or maybe just under 2 hours, so a bit of time is taken, but it is definitely worth it. Obviously when I'm in Nottingham, I usually just shoot in town, and I kind of take pictures every day rather than doing a big shoot day. Although sometimes if I've got a lot of campaigns and collaborations, then I do that too. But yeah, so we're gonna go shoot content now. I'm not really sure how much I'll film out there, just because we obviously want to get this done. It's only me, and then my mum's taking them for me today. So I'm not sure how much of that I will capture, but what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll show you the pictures we've got, and then I might even show you guys how I edit my photos so you guys can see that too. But for now, we're gonna go shoot the pictures, so I'll catch up with you guys later. Hey guys, so it's a little while later, in fact it's a lot while later since I just spoke to you. I obviously went out and shot all of my content like I said I was going to do, so that's why my hair looks like a mess, so please excuse that. I shot some outfits that had a cap on, so my hair went quite messy. It was very windy, so it's just sometimes easier to just throw a cap on with your outfits, plus I'm really enjoying a cap at the moment as well. So yeah, I went out and shot my content, which was interesting to say the least. Obviously when you're out shooting content, people are always like staring and watching because they don't really know what you're doing. But today I was like on this industrial park, and this man, I was like in this space, and this man came and was like, I need to park in my space. Then we had to move to a separate part of the industrial estate, and then this other man came out like, you can't park here, and I was like, I'm just taking a picture, and he was like, oh, what are you taking a picture of? And I was like, of myself. And then he was like, oh, I didn't really know what to say. But yeah, that was interesting to say the least. But yes, then we rushed back. I dropped all the clothes off, and then we went to pick up my little sister from school, hence why I didn't pick up the camera until now. So we got back, we just had some bit of food because we were starving. I had some sushi, which we picked up from Aldi. But yeah, just to finish this video off, I thought I would show you some of the pictures that we took while we were out shooting. Obviously you can see them all on my Instagram, which will all be in the description box down below, so feel free to check my page out and my photos out over there. But yeah, I'm going to show you some of the photos we took, and I'm also going to just show you very quickly how I edit them, just in case that's something you guys wanted to see. I have had a request before to do a how I edit my photos video, and I do get DM'd sometimes like about what filters I use or what apps I use, so this would be a good time to feature this on my channel. So I'm going to just pop you guys up on the tripod, put my ring light on because it's getting very dark now, and show you guys how I edit my photos. Okay, so please excuse the lighting. I haven't put my ring light on, I've just decided to sit down quickly and use the natural lighting in my room. But basically I just thought I would show you, like I said a second ago, how I edit my photos and sort of how I get them to look the way that they do finally on the feed. So in terms of when I go out and shoot, I just shoot in various different locations. I obviously try and pick the days that have the best lighting and aren't like rainy, just because that gets the best quality photos. I also try and avoid direct sunlight, like full exposure, just because I feel like sometimes too much sunlight can be overexposing as well. So it's about getting the balance between the right amount of light to make the pictures look bright, but then also not them like overexposing you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put screen record on my phone just so I can show you guys how I edit my photos. So you should be able to see on screen now. This is basically what my camera roll looks like. I basically shoot all of my outfits by taking what are they called, like bursts on the iPhone, where you like hold down the button so it takes loads of photos. I then just go through each burst and decide which pictures I like and keep them. So then they all get hearted as a favourite photo. So I then come off here and go across into an app called Colour Tone, and then I just go into photos, and then it brings up all of my photos. So for the purpose of this video, I'll just edit any random photo. So I will do this one here where I'm just sat down, so I just import that up there. Sorry, I'm looking down because I'm looking at my phone, but obviously you guys can see on screen what it is that I'm actually doing. And then I press the little button that says edit in the bottom left corner. Now for all of my pictures I try and use the same filter, just because it makes the feed look coherent and it makes them all kind of have the same finish. So that really helps to maintain like an aesthetically pleasing feed. I know people ask like, how do you get all your pictures to look the same? So I would advise using like the same filter on every photo. I know sometimes different lightings can require a slightly different filter, but that's when I sort of edit the adjustments a little bit differently, but I always still use the same filter. So you would have seen that I went onto filters, and I'll just go back and I clicked on this one called Uluwatu, and then I just double tapped it, which allows you to adjust the intensity. So I moved my intensity down to 0.75, which is just a little bit down from the full effect of the filter. So it gives it this like bluey wash, but I quite like that. It just makes everything look a little bit brighter. Then the next place I go is to the exposure part of the adjustments, and then the only thing I touch on the exposure section is the shadows, just because lifting the shadows just lightens everything again, because I like my feed to look quite bright. So if I go off there and just hold the screen, it shows you the before, which you will see now, and then the after, like that. And then, so I move that up to 25 and keep everything else the same. And then I just go across to sharpen. I like to sharpen the photo just a little bit so it looks a little bit more professionally shot, but I think sharpen's one of those tools you have to be really careful with, because if you move it too far across it can go quite grainy, and I know some Instagrammers and content creators like to have that grainy effect, so that's usually probably how they've created that, but I just like to have the right balance. So I tend to usually go only to about 12, which is just like the perfect amount for my pictures, but this is such a fine little tool. So there we go. And then if I just show you, that is how my picture looked before and that is how it looked after. Literally hardly any changes, but it just makes the picture look a bit cleaner and a bit more professional, and that's just how I like all of my photos to look. So I will literally do exactly the same thing as with all of my photos, and then I just export it from here to my camera roll, which just press save image, and then if I go into my, sometimes with colour tone I find that it doesn't actually save them to my camera roll. If you do have that issue when using the app, then you can go, instead of pressing save image, you can go to import to VSCO. So obviously if you have VSCO downloaded on your phone, you can do that option, or VSCO, I know people call it that as well. So then you can just go on to VSCO, that's my shopping app, and then you can just click the picture that you've just added. And then export it to the camera roll, so it will literally wouldn't have changed from what you did in colour tone, it just means it's now in your camera roll. And then the final thing that I do just to make my pictures fit perfectly on my Instagram grid is to go into Snapseed, which is another editing app, and then I click the picture that I want to use. I then go to tools, I go to crop, and then mine's already set to the right crop that I want, which is the 5x4, which is the full length Instagram sizing. So then I just make sure that the crop is fine, press that, and then press export, and then rather than saving a copy, because I don't need it to copy the picture, I can just modify what I've got. So then you just press OK or modify, and then when you go into your camera roll, it has modified to how you want it to be. But yeah, so that is essentially how I edit my photos. I don't think it's the most exciting thing. I think people maybe think that I do a lot more of my photos, because I do get quite a few messages of people asking what it is that I do. Like you've seen there, it's nothing crazy at all. I try not to change much. I used to see filtering and like editing as such a negative thing, I think, because we had such negative connotations of editing and people really changing things, but actually small edits like that are more like changes just to make the picture look a bit better, but everything else you're seeing in the photo is me. I'm not changing like shapes or structures or anything like that. It's literally just a few like lighting things to make the picture look a bit clearer and a little bit fresher. Obviously editing as well is very personal, so you might have just watched that and thought that is not even nice, but that's just how I like my photos to look, and that's how my Instagram feed looks. But I'm not saying it's going to work for everyone, and obviously another thing to consider is skin tone. Like obviously I have a darker skin tone, so I don't necessarily need to make myself look tanned, but I know people with lighter skin like to turn up the saturation or the warmth just to make themselves look like they've got a little bit more of a tan, but obviously I don't need to do that. So yeah, that's basically how I just edit my photos and how I kind of shoot my content. So I hope this video has been a fun insight into how I do all of that and how my Instagram works. Obviously I spend quite a lot of time on trying to perfect my Instagram in terms of even just like buying clothes and then doing my collabs, shooting the content, the editing. So it was fun to share that with you all, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it too. Thank you for tuning in to DYL-MAS Day 3. I know it's not necessarily been the most Christmassy video, but I just want to get a video out every day, even if it means showing you guys things like this. If you want to see more content like this and actually see more of an in-depth of what goes on a shoot, then feel free to leave that in the comments and I'll try and get one of those videos up for you. But yeah, all that's left to say today is thank you so much for watching this video. Please do subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and please give this video a thumbs up if you do like it, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye!